And now, Jabroni Studios, in association with Big Herm Productions, is proud to present to you, recording from an undisclosed location in Oakdale, Connecticut, it's Chris Burns, it's Chris Lynch, this is Dysfunction Junction.
You know, you sit back over the years and you think about Time Magazine's Person of the Year, and you see names like Ronald Reagan, FDR, Yuri Andropov, Albert Einstein. And we're going to talk about this year's Person of the Year, good, bad, and indifferent. And some of the people that made the list that will make you go, not but what in the actual fuck was Time Magazine thinking? It is with this that I say to you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Dysfunction Junction.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
My name is Chris Burns. With me, as always, Primus's favorite podcaster.
Hi.
That's Chris Lynch, in case you missed it. And, of course, the producer extraordinaire, the man with no hair. It is Big Herm, Michael P.S. Herman.
Hello, hello, hello.
All right, so you can tell by the open, somebody's having a bad day. Lynch, who must I murder in your honor?
I'm going to hijack the show here for a few minutes.
Okay.
Feel free.
I came to an
I don't think it's a hijacking if you announce it's happening, and we let you do it.
I've come to the epiphany, and this happened Saturday and Sunday. I need to get the fuck out of here.
Out of here where?
Out of Connecticut.
Oh, Jesus.
I can't stay here anymore. I'm about one bad day away from having a fucking breakdown.
No bueno.
And I'm fucking struggling, man. I'm alone.
Great.
My wife's in Ohio. I got nobody to talk to.
We're always here, kid.
Yeah, bro, I'm right down the street, bro.
Talk.
I can't be here anymore. I can't go to work every day pretending everything's okay around people who are just fucking toxic. I can't just pretend anymore. The life is getting sucked out of me every fucking day here. I got nothing keeping me here. And I told Megan, if your boss offers you a job, take it. Because I'm on the first ticket to anywhere but fucking here right now. I don't know why. I just can't do it. The shit with Megan on Saturday into Sunday fucking capped it for me.
What happened?
I'm done being shit on by you. I told you guys what the fucking rescue said to her.
Yeah. All right.
And
Yes, you did.
this was the last time I'm going to watch my wife cry her fucking eyes out because she cares so much, and they just fucking shit on her.
Let me ask you a question before you continue.
I'm done being fucking shit on.
Was it the usual suspect that we've spoken about before?
Yes, and another person, the VP of the organization.
Oh, good Christ.
One time in 7 fucking years. One time she asked for fucking help. One time! And she gets told to go fuck herself. And me by proxy.
Wow.
I'm done. I'm fucking done, dude. I can't fucking do this anymore. Not here. I need to get away from these people. I've been doing so fucking good mentally the last 2 years. I'm not going back to the fucking place I was 2 years ago.
No, you won't.
I can't.
There's I'm just gonna offer my perspective here. I've watched you over the last 23 and a half years. I've watched you go through a lot. All right. The loss of your job, brain cancer, your stint in rehab, And this is the part where I'm not going to pat myself on the back, but I'm going to pat the three of us collectively on the back. All right. We're just there. That's what friends do. And there are some people that think friends are what you can do for them. No, friends are what you in your heart, you reach out and you say, Herm, are you okay? Herm says, Chris, are you okay? Herm says, Lynch, are you okay? And around the bend, let's put it that way. And there are some people that think, well, that person doesn't do enough for me. They're not my friend. How about you go fuck yourself? But I've watched you go through a whole lot, and I have said it privately and publicly. I don't know that I could do half of what you've done as a strong human being. The fact that I'm looking at you right now in this state kind of lets me know that this is tough. You weren't like this when they said, "Hey, Chris, you have brain cancer." You were more calm when they said, "Hey, Chris, thanks for 20 years of Mohegan Sun. Pack up your shit and get out." I've never seen you like this, and it's to me, it's breaking my fucking heart. That's my 2 cents.
I can't pretend. I can't pretend anymore, and I've been pretending for a very long time that I'm happy.
Well, I'm going to play devil's advocate, sir, because I'm your friend, and that's what friends do, and they don't sugarcoat it.
No, you're not. You're going to be an asshole, aren't you? You're
No,
going to be an
I'm
asshole.
not.
I can see this.
Not an asshole completely.
I wanted somebody to smile. Jesus Christ, I can't do all this emotional shit.
I'm not going to be an asshole.
He's going to be an asshole, ladies and gentlemen.
What you're talking about is a geographical cure.
There it is.
Okay.
I get that.
I know you do, and I'm not.
I get it.
You. I'm going to ask you, as somebody who's been on the other end of 12-step programs, from not as the drinker, but as a family member, because all the steps and all of the manipulation and all of the things and that shit, they're all the same. You know what I mean? A geographical cure is across the board, is in program, is we all know what it is. Why? Knowing what we know, what is it about there that isn't going to be somewhere else?
It's a new start.
All right.
I feel like I've been playing the same fucking record over and over again for the last 30 years, let's say. And it's getting old. It's getting real fucking old.
All right.
When Megan first told me the opportunities elsewhere, I was like, I don't want to move. Over the last year, I can't stay here. No, I know there's going to be people like this anywhere I go, but I just can't. I'm getting to the point where I just don't want to get up in the morning, and that's fucking sad. I don't want to go to work, only because I know it's going to be a fucking miserable experience, not because of me, but other persons or person that I can't do anything about. She's like in this protective shell. Nobody wants to deal with it. It's a monster that was created that nobody wants to deal with. And I have no one to turn to. So I have to pretend like everything's okay and just sit there and keep my mouth shut and not have a solution to the problem. Because if I start that train, guess who's going to be out of the job? Me. For doing the right thing. I see where that train's fucking headed. I'm tired of fucking pretending. I'm tired of smiling in front of people that I just really don't give a shit about anymore, or at least trying. Fuck you guys. Fuck you. Here's 7 years of fucking sacrificing weekends for that organization. Mm-hmm. Every fucking weekend, it's one thing or another. Since Thursday afternoon last week until Sunday night, she did nothing but work for that organization, and we got nothing done that we wanted to get accomplished because nobody else is going to pick up the ball and run. Fuck you.
I thought 2 years ago you should have been out.
Well, I've been saying it for the last 5.
Okay, so
I predicted it. I predicted this within our first 2 years of having any type of ties with that organization. I was like, she's using you because she knows she can.
when you're okay, here, let me, and I'm not going to devil's advocate. I want to piggyback your point. When you're a person like that everybody can count on, you do get taken advantage of. Sorry. You do get the shit end of the stick a lot of times. And it sucks. What's worse is you're doing it and she's doing it with the best intentions at heart. And I don't think they're doing the same thing. I have friends that have done this to me over the last couple of years. You know, it doesn't matter how much good you do. Here's something bad. Fuck you. Well, no, it's not fuck me. It's fuck you. And 2 years ago, when a lot of heavy shit was going on with you in this organization, I was like, dude, you got to get out. I don't know, Megan and I and this and that and the third and this person, I won't mention their name, really wants us to hang. All right, it's either going to make you grow or it's going to kill you. And unfortunately, I'm looking at the latter rather than the former.
It's not just that. It's not just them. It's not just them. It's I don't know, man.
It's pushing all your buttons and it's making everything worse.
Well, you've got to you do have to figure out what it is rather than just I don't know. I understand the need to want to run, but if you don't figure out what it is truly, my friend, you're just going to find it wherever you go. And I would hate, and I'm not, and Lynch, I love you, bro. All right, I consider you a brother. I would hate for you to do this, pick up, go through all this bullshit. Trust me, I know what's involved moving anywhere close to, far the fuck away. That I would hate for you to get somewhere and just be this way because you hadn't figured it out, my man. You know what I mean?
Kansas may not be.
And right now, it's not that you can't fight; you're just tired of the fight, and so the flight is what looks good. Just fuck it, start somewhere else. Well, aside from being an adult and knowing you need a major fucking plan for that, make sure the right reason you're running isn't what you're just running to.
And coming from someone who did that about 15 years ago,
the whole crux of it is her, Megan. I'm gonna be up front street here with you. She gets a job out there. I don't have to really worry about what I do for work. You dig?
Understood.
I could be a fucking door greeter at Walmart. I could be.
No, your eyes are straight.
Well, I could cure that.
Okay.
All your teeth.
Nothing a 2x4 to the back of your head couldn't fix.
No,
you know what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying, bro. And I'm not. No judgment.
I think she's at that point too. She's at that point right now where it's like we have nothing holding us here. And for the last couple of years, the more I thought about it, the more I was like, you know what? I'm not afraid to leave, because for a long time I was afraid of change. I'm not afraid of change. I've embraced change. I've changed myself personally, and I've seen other people around me change. It is possible. People can evolve.
Sure. All you bitches are abandoning me. Oh my god!
But dude, it would be hard. I'm not going to say it wouldn't be fucking easy. It would suck. But beside you and my mother, I got nothing keeping me here. Nothing.
Yeah.
Not one thing. Everybody else in my family's dead or we don't talk. So I got nothing to lose. And I really, really think that maybe it is fight or flight, Mike. I think the fight is knocked out of me for the first time in a very long time. And I don't deal with that very well. But I know why. I don't like it here anymore. It's not home. It's not home. It hasn't been home for quite a few years. And anybody other than the two people sitting on screen with me that claim they're my friend, they're not. They don't care about me the way you guys do. They don't.
Oh, that's what he just said. Everybody
They don't.
except for us.
They don't. When it's convenient for them.
I know what you're talking about.
When it's convenient for them, for the people who are geographically close to me, who, and I'm tired of being the one to initiate.
Mm-hmm.
Or we are as a couple, I'll say. Oh, it's always an excuse. Oh, no, or oh, yeah. And then you complain we don't go do anything together.
No, you're never free.
I tried. I'm not going to try anymore. If you don't try, that tells me exactly what I need to fucking know. Finito, kaput. I don't give a fuck. I'm done wasting my time and my breath and my energy on people that don't give a shit.
Yep.
When I put my heart and soul into that fucking rescue for a couple of years. And Megan's been doing it from the beginning till Sunday. And it's just like, oh well.
Wow.
And the only person that did reach out to her was the person that caused this issue, and they talked it through.
Okay, well, at least there's something there.
There was some communication, and that was the big thing. There's sorely lacking in this organization is communication. The other one, she's getting her ass stuffed with dicks down in Florida on vacation. So you're not going to hear from her until she's back.
I'm not even going to say her name, but I know who you're talking about.
But that cunt rag is down in Florida on vacation.
Tell us how you really feel.
I call her a cunt. You're a fucking cunt. Cunt. Capital K.
I like how you can make one eye move like that, Herm. That's pretty good. No, I feel your pain. I've been watching you go through this for a while, and it sucks.
I had to walk away today at work because if I didn't, I probably would have gotten arrested. I don't like that. I don't like it when I get like that.
Understood.
I haven't been like that in a long time. And it broke me. I fucking hate it. I hate it when I feel like that. And that comment I made the other day about I really don't give a shit about if it's not going on in these four walls, it's holding true. People who just like are digging for sympathy or digging for a comment or digging for this, digging for that. You want sympathy? Look in the dictionary between shit and syphilis. You'll find it. You're not going to get anything from me. You're not going to get anything from me because you don't show anything. You don't show that to me. Why should I supply it to you?
Bingo. And that's something
you go feed your fucking ego elsewhere.
That's right.
My store is done out of ego. You want to eat some shit, eat some crow? I got plenty of that in stock.
Mm-hmm. And I think some people need to learn that hard. Really fucking hard. But
people say I'm an opinionated prick, which is true.
No, not
Very
you.
True. I have opinions and I stand behind them. You don't have to follow the logic. I'm not asking you to. I'm just telling you my opinion. If you want to have a discussion on how I formed that opinion, a well-educated discussion, feel free. But don't just tell me, no, I'm wrong. Don't. And then in the same breath, ask me for help. Fuck you. Why should I help anybody? Because where are you motherfuckers lined up to help me when I'm feeling like this?
Usually watching your house while you're in the Bahamas.
Right. Or these other motherfuckers who just don't give a shit.
Exactly. And that's kind of the point I'm making. And, I could go back to something that happened to me a couple months ago. And, one person is, honest and stand up, and the other one is acting like a teenager. I really don't give a shit. You know who your boys are, you know who your friends are, you know who your family is, and at the end of the day, if you want to draw a line in the sand and pick a side, fuck them. In your heart, much like you told me that day and Herm told me that day, I know in my heart I didn't do a goddamn thing wrong. You haven't done a goddamn thing wrong. Why? And I understand,
but I'm the asshole.
Guess what? We're always going to be the assholes, Lynch. You know why? Because we're real.
Well,
That's
because
why.
we tell the truth, and the truth hurts.
Exactly.
I don't hide behind some fallacy of what reality is. I speak the truth.
That's what you said to me. If it hurts your little fifis, it's not for me.
Right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings by accidentally saying the truth.
Or intentionally.
Actually, I say accidentally because a lot of times they don't know that I'm being sarcastic or just facetious.
Mm-hmm.
Look those two words up, kids. They'll go in. They'll be handy in a few years when you understand what they really what they really mean.
It's not far from feelings in the dictionary. Get it right. Maybe you could read those words first and then read feelings and figure out you're a fucking twat. Not anyone specifically. I'm talking about I'm painting with a really broad brush here.
Couldn't find their twat hole with a road map and a fucking funnel.
Okay, on that note,
that's it. I'm done. I've been holding that in for 2 fucking days.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why I'm a little. But while I'm typing this out, I'm gonna tell you why I'm a little upset. You had 2 days, 2 opportunities, 2 afternoons, 2 evenings, 2 mornings, and you could have called. And I understand. I don't say another word. I know what you're gonna say. We've walked this path before. All 3 of us have walked this path before. I didn't want to bother you, Lynch. It's only a bother if I let it bother me. I've done for you, and you've done for me, and I've done for Herm, and Herm's done for me, and it's never a bother if your brother needs you, ever.
Well, the same goes for you guys. I mean, I'm stubborn, thick-headed Irishman, and I don't put my feelings out there until it's too fucking late, and that's what happened.
If the next time I have to wait 2 days, I'm gonna punch you in the butt.
Oh, I'll kick you in the dick.
No, whatever. Not the first time, won't be the last.
Have to find it first.
Oh, I'll show it to you. Don't worry about it.
With a road map and a funnel.
You remember when I lost my leg in that tragic accident?
Yeah, that time with
I'm walking on my dick.
Well, folks,
anyway,
the Fifi portion of the show is over. I feel a little better.
Good.
I'm still angry, but I said what I had to say because I couldn't say it.
I understand.
I couldn't have that outburst at work.
Well, it's better you had it here.
You see, people, I do have feelings. I fucking hurt on the inside sometimes. This rough exterior doesn't mean I'm just a crazy old man with crazy ideas about the truth. I have feelings.
If you hit him in the back, with his hand,
other different separate reasons that make him a crazy old man.
Right. And if you hit him in the back with your hand or a wiffle ball bat, you know what? That's a different subject. I'm going to leave that alone.
Totally different subjects.
Yes. But since this was Lynch's show to begin with, he hijacked his own show. Lynch, this was your idea, and I'm sure we're all coming into this loaded for bear. Time Magazine's Person of the Year. You got to lead off because this is crazy.
I'm trying to figure out exactly what the criteria is for Person of the Year.
I think you have to be a person.
Yep.
And it has to be a year.
Well, technically you don't, because a computer won in the 80s.
Watson. No. What the?
Well, no, I'm not saying like you don't have to like be on the planet a full year. I'm just saying like there has to be a person, or
a computer won in the 80s.
All right, so
I'm just gonna
thing.
This is winning right now,
and there has to be a date. I guess that's all there has to happen. You can be a noun. And there has to, and time has to exist to record it. I guess that's it. Because judging by this year's list, that's all that's required.
There's a lyric,
and just a pulse.
There's a lyric in a song that I've been listening to that I really like. He says, "My adjective is overwhelmed." I think that was pretty accurate.
Before we get in,
interesting perspective.
Yeah.
But
before we get into Tay-Tay, I want to read to you. This is just the last 25 years of the person of the year. 1992, President Bill Clinton.
Amen.
1993, the Peacemakers, which included Yitzhak Rabin, Nelson Mandela, de Klerk, and Yasser Arafat.
Yep. All right.
Okay. Oh, I could have just scrolled down for that one. 1994, Pope John Paul II. 1995, Newt Gingrich. You see a pattern here, right?
Some pretty outstanding people.
Yeah. 1996.
People of,
Go ahead, please.
No.
Say what you're going to say. People of what?
People of great importance to the planet.
Substance.
Well, I was going to say substance. There's a little more than just.
I'm going to say this.
Difference. They made a difference.
I am going to say this, and I'm going to spoil it for a lot of you. Tune in. Stay with us. Once I read up when you brought this up to us last week, I did my reading. If you look at who else was on the list, I'm pro Taylor. 1996, AIDS researcher David Ho.
Ho?
Yes. 1997, Intel co-founder Andrew Grove. 1998, it was split between Bill Clinton and Ken Starr. Some of you younger folks won't know who Ken Starr is. We certainly know. 1999, Jeff Bezos. 2000, George W. Bush. 2001, Rudolph Giuliani. 2002, the Enron whistleblowers. 2003, the American soldier. Now, you see the continuing pattern here, right?
Yeah.
It's going to get shitty sometime in the late 2010s. 2004, second time for this man, George W. Bush. 2005, the Good Samaritans, which included Bill Gates, Bono, and some chick I don't recognize, Melinda Gates. Okay, so Bill Gates is old lady. Doing good work, philanthropy, yada, yada, yada. In 2006, it was you. That's right. Time Magazine said you are the person of the year. It was really the coming of age of the internet and creation, whether it's videos, podcasts, etc. So we technically were the person of the year in 2006. Give yourself a round of applause. You did it. Congratulations, you. 2007, oddly enough, Vladimir Putin. 2008, no surprise here, Barack Obama. 2009, Ben Bernanke. I forgot how to say his name. Yeah, he changed the way monetary policy goes in around 2009, late 2008. So good on him. 2010, Mark Zuckerberg. 2011, the protester. Not just any protester, but it was like the Occupy movement, the Arab Spring movement. They weren't just out there to scream and bitch and whine. They were trying to make a statement. 2012, it's our boy Barry again, Barack Obama. 2013, Pope Francis. 2014, it was split amongst 5 doctors called the Ebola Fighters, trying to find a cure for the Ebola virus. 2015, Angela Merkel, the German chancellor, in case you didn't know who she was. 2016, get ready for the trigger alert, baby. It was Donald J. Trump. Yep, get your screams ready. 2017, they were called the Silence Breakers. Taylor Swift being among them, Ashley Judd being among them, with the beginning of the Me Too movement, where they were telling of their experiences, and then everybody had a Me Too story, and Believe All Women became You Can Lie Your Ass Off. But these 5, I'm with it. 2018, what they call the Guardians. Journalists who were attacked or slapped with criminal charges trying to facilitate a free press. Good on them. Here's where it goes south. It started a couple years ago. 2019. How dare you? Greta Thunberg.
Ugh, that fucking
Exactly.
shit.
Fucking cross-eyed cunt. You want to talk about climate change while you're flying a private plane around the world? Eat shit, twat waffle.
Eat shit and live twice.
Well, it goes downhill from there. 2020, Biden and Harris.
Huh.
2021, I agree with this one. Elon Musk, founder of SpaceX, Tesla. He's the richest person in the world, but he's trying to do what he can to move, this green, whatever you want to call it, this movement right forward. 2022, Vladimir Zelensky. All right.
Solid pick.
Sure. And he was called the spirit of Ukraine. He's a little country and he's fighting a war against big bad Russia. I get it. And now here we are in 2023, and Lynch is going to lead off. I'm going to read the blurb, and then we're going to let Lynch go, and we'll chime in as we go. Every year contains light and dark. 2023 was a year with significant shares of darkness. In a divided world where too many institutions are failing, Taylor Swift found a way to transcend borders and be a source of light. No one else on the planet today can move so many people so well. She earned this title after a year of big achievements. The Pop Stars Eras Tour became a cornerstone of the summer's pop cultural zeitgeist, with the Federal Reserve even saying at one point that the concert boosted tourism and travel to such an extent that it likely helped revitalize a failing economy. All you Bidenites, pay attention. Taylor Swift is a better financialist than Joe Biden. Go fuck yourself. That's my little rant. Her concert film shattered box office records, and she achieved billionaire status, and she became the most streamed artist on Spotify of all time. That's Time's credentials. Those aren't mine. I just read. So, Lynch, this was your idea. You seemed to be hot under the collar when this happened.
So, on the backs of the names you read from, when did you start? The late 80s into the 90s?
92 with
92.
President Slick Willie.
From Bill Clinton to Taylor Swift in 30 years. Okay, all right. I'm not giving her credit. I'm giving her kudos for those achievements. But here's the thing. Yeah, sure, you're the most streamed artist on Spotify. You revitalize the economy. You did this, you did that. Oh my God, my movie was so great. Box office success, blah, 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 blah. What impact on the world compared to the previous names on that list, culturally, and besides economically, what cultural impact did you have on the world?
Okay.
Now, revitalizing a stagnant economy. I'm sorry, that's because Taylor Swift over the last decade has brainwashed tweens and teens into buying her music. Any article that she puts her name on, whether it be like a handbag, backpack, clothes, whatever, what have you, basically made enough money 7-8 years ago to just not do anything for the rest of her life and still live comfortably. The one thing that really got in my ass was, I'm going to release all these songs again. And I know we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to release all my songs again and change it just enough so my brainwashed minions spend another $1 billion to line my pockets. You're not going to convince me there's no other ulterior motive other than money behind what she has done or is she going to continue to do for the rest of her career. If she was as great of a person as she is now with the time of the year, let's take some of that money sitting in the bank And let's do some good with it then. Show me how philanthropic you can actually be. Turn yourself from a middle of the road recording artist to a philanthropist. Let's donate $1 million here, $2 million there, into actually doing something that really impacts the society, Earth, and I don't know, maybe feeds a few people along the way. Why don't you start up a couple soup kitchens? Why don't you clean up San Francisco?
Oh, the Bon Jovi route. I got you.
Why don't you clean up New York City with all these fucking immigrants who are given the promise of a job, who don't get a job because they can't fucking get a social security number. They're living on the streets, homeless, polluting, being a down note on our fucking economy here on the East Coast. You said you wanted them, New York. Here they are. Why don't you throw some money at them? Do something other than just sit there with both hands out and other hands behind you, shoving money into a big fucking sack. And that's the only thing that she's doing right now is just financially raping these kids out of money. And to me, it's just a greed grab, and I have zero respect for her. If she had not announced that she was going to set up even just a women's shelter, and they named her Woman of the Year or Person of the Year, okay. I buy it. On the backs of nothing, that she's done nothing other than make money. Fuck you.
That's
right.
That's not true. I'm reading right now.
Okay, while he's reading, give me a second. I just want to say, Emma,
for friends, cancer patients, sexual assault survivors, disaster relief organizations, and food banks that were literally funded and created just by with Eras Tour money.
Oh wow.
Okay. So now there's that makes my hatred go a little bit down. My heart shrinking a little bit.
But none of that was listed in the Time magazine article. Because
they focused, this is what's bullshit about Time magazine. They focused on the financial aspect of it. Nothing philanthropic. If you're going to name someone Person of the Year, let's talk about the actual good things they did then. Let's just spin it on the Eras Tour or this movie, whatever fucking movie came out in the theater this summer.
It went by the same name.
If you're going to promote somebody as Person of the Year, let's actually talk about the person.
Just going back to that tour, Emma wanted to go. My daughter's 15. She's a Swiftie. Dad, can we try to get tickets? Let me look. Let me see what's out there.
Fuck that.
I live by a credo, and Emma learned firsthand at 15 years old, if you don't have the dough, you don't get to go. And I'm not spending 6 nosebleed seat at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough just so you could say I was there. Now, fast forward 5 months, the Eras Tour movie comes out, and she sends me a message. What are you doing tonight? I'm sitting at home. What are you doing, Em? Well, I was going to go to the movies with my friends. They're going to go see the Taylor Swift movie, but I don't have any. She's halfway through this sentence, and I texted her Cash App, whatever. I think it was $50. I'm like, make sure you get the biggest popcorn and you have fun. But I want you to remember, what you're watching on the screen is what you would have watched from 7,000 yards away, but you're going to be in a theater with your friends.
Up close and personal.
Nobody's going to be sitting down. Hell, I went and saw a concert film in a theater one time, and none of us were sitting down. We were all dancing and having a great time. And I said, remember this. This is the same thing. It's just she's not in front of you. She's on the silver screen. But you're seeing the same thing you would have seen in Foxborough for considerably less. I didn't go to the Last Kiss concert. I watched it on YouTube. Hell of a show. They threw in one surprise that I didn't see as part of that show, but I didn't spend $1,500 for a nosebleed at MSG. Hell no. If I had $1,500 right now, I'd sit up and watch it all night, dollar by dollar. But I get it. And again, because my daughter's a Swiftie, I have friends with kids that are Swifties. When I put the TV on mute, hell, I'm a Swiftie. So her music is built for that crowd. Tweens, teenagers, and college-age kids. Everything's a breakup. Everything's sad, or even the upbeat songs are like, yo, man, don't love you, and fuck him. You got to go out and do better for yourself. Whatever the fucking song is. I don't know. Shake It Off or whatever the fuck. Dude, she's a cultural phenomenon. She's once in a lifetime. She is what 30 years ago Madonna was. She is the female version of what Elvis was. She is the singular version of what the Beatles were. And you only get one of those in a lifetime. And people can point to other artists and go, what about this one? I've heard it all the time. What about Pink? Pink will never touch Taylor's bank account, ever. Well, what about this one? Who's the other one that somebody brought up to me? And I damn near urinated all over myself in front of them. Oh, it was, what about Alanis Morissette? She was huge. Stadium tours. I'm like, yeah, how's that working out for her today?
Yeah, not so much.
Yeah,
and
it was a great 3 years.
Yeah, 3 to 6. I'll give her 3 to 6, but yeah.
And Taylor Swift will hit that wall. They all do.
Well, she's right now 18 years on the job.
No, that's the fucking Rolling Stones.
Thank you. Dude, Kiss just retired after 50 fucking years.
For real. And the Stones are still like, what's up? We're still here, bro. Where are you guys going?
And Keith has the same move.
Guys checking out early?
Keith Richards is still injecting heroin into his dick, getting ready for a show.
Cockroaches are waiting for Keith Richards to die.
The only two things left on the planet is Keith Richards and cockroaches. Or Twinkies.
And Cher.
I think Cher will melt because she's mostly plastic now.
Well, if we have global warming like Greta Thunberg says.
How dare you?
I look at her accomplishments this year, Taylor Swift, and I broke this down, and I'm like, no one has done this before, and quite possibly no one will do this again. 3 albums hit #1 this year. 3. Yes, I know they were reworked that because her old publisher and the lawsuit, but you know what? Now you own the publishing. You should own the publishing. They're your fucking tunes. The highest grossing concert tour of the last 20 years. On top of that, one of the highest grossing films of the last 10 years.
Well, yeah, most expensive concert tickets of the last 20 years. Hey, of course you're going to make more fucking money. You're charging $2,800 for fucking tickets.
I was waiting for this.
Hey, you're comparing an apple to an orange at that point. You're paying
1975 where somebody paid $16 to see the fucking Stones.
Herm. You off the air, we talked about your brisket. Doot. That's all I'm going to say. Doot. Okay. He can tell that story on the back end of the show. Now, if you take that brisket and you do all your hard work and you put all your care and all your love and all sorts of resource into it, are you going to sell a big plate of that brisket for 75 cents?
No, you're going to sell it for what it's worth.
No, I'm going to sell it with I'm going to sell it. And this is how I sell my brisket now. I sell it to make enough money to cover my costs, to make a little money.
She's got 35 fucking semis. She has to charge $1,500 a ticket.
But I guess that's my point, man. Like, first of all, you're geographically, or I'm sorry, you're socioeconomically selecting your fan base.
Yeah.
By doing that, okay.
That's the whole
there ain't no Taylor Swift in the Hood concerts. This is look the
who in the hood buys her records?
That's not who's my point is that's not who's buying the tickets. That's not her market. Her market is
rich
upper
white kids.
Middle class rich white kids.
Yep. Or kids like Emma. She ain't rich.
Nope. Neither is her dad.
And neither is her mom. There's not. They're not. You're not wiping your ass with 50s or 100s.
You know what I mean?
I know Stephanie isn't.
Feel this is a Michael Jackson situation. All
Mm-hmm.
right. We watched the look. Something is going to come out, man. And this is not me being a hater. This is just my gut says something, and it's my gut's usually not wrong, dude. She's
Usually not thin either.
Fabulous. She's awesome. I feel there's something.
She's too perfect.
That eventually is going to come out.
She's too perfect. Nobody is that nobody is that age and not have a scandal somewhere in the closet, or her PR people are really fucking good at burying shit.
At 33, you're right. At 33, usually something foul comes out by the time you've hit this age.
Now there's this whole conspiracy theory that her relationship with Travis Kelce was all manufactured, which it was. I guarantee it was. They look good together. They are a good-looking couple.
Who gives a shit?
They're both good. The Kelce brothers are good-looking guys. Fuck, Taylor Swift's not ugly. She's not my cup of joe, but now it's coming out. Yeah, we have been secretly dating. Oh, of course you were. He was giving you the fucking touchdown in the ass for months before you came public. He was showing you the Kansas City Chiefs fucking salute up your poop chute for months before you guys came public.
Oh my god!
There's no doubt about that.
Wow.
Yeah, boy.
Oh my god!
Fuck it. I'm on my third edible right now.
I was going to say, it's got to be. There's a lot of butt talk. I'm thinking there's an edible involved.
So and that kind of ruined it for me. That's what kind of ruined her for me too. Is like, I want to watch football. I don't want to watch her shaking her tits up in the fucking stands with Travis.
She doesn't get a choice. She's not running the cameras at Fox or CBS or NBC.
But still, get the fuck off of her. The football's down there.
Thank you. I agree with that, but that has zero to do with her.
She exists in a football stadium. Therefore, it's her fault.
Oh my god. That's like saying, I agree with her.
No, it's a win-win. The NFL doesn't give a fuck. It's a win-win.
It's win-win for everybody.
Fuck yeah, it's great PR for a league that was getting shit on for the last 2 years for letting people kneel during the anthem and just being woke as a joke. And now they're finally coming around and saying, you know what? No, we're gonna walk away from this. We're gonna do what we do best: football.
Yeah.
It's not the NFL that's doing it. It's Fox. It's CBS. It's whoever's playing those games.
Have you seen that they're walking back? What the fuck's that black sports commentator's name who made the big deal about the little kid with the Kansas City Chiefs?
Stephen A. Smith.
He's walking it back, dude. There's actually an official apology.
Of course, he shot first and asked questions later because he's an asshole.
Yep. So that's a bad look for them. But anyway, back to what Herm said about socioeconomic. I agree completely. You're comparing an apple to an orange when you say, "Oh yeah, Taylor Swift tour made a whole shitload of money." Of course it did. When you charge $2,800 for 4 seats versus, say, Ed Sheeran, who is just as popular. I'd imagining, because I've been to 2 of his concerts. There are a lot of people there.
Lynch, think about this.
We paid $300. We paid $300 for both tickets on the floor at Gillette Stadium.
Understood.
So
how many concerts have you and I gone to?
You're comparing
a dozen?
If more, not more. I don't know.
We're going to call it a dozen for the sake of argument. All right, we'll say 13 for the sake of argument. Now, it just doesn't involve tickets. We get together. Back in the day when you weren't, sober, we would.
Oh, it's the merchandise
party in the parking lot. We go to dinner. Got to get gas. You get to the venue. Sausage guy is outside of when we go to Hartford. He's always got the cart. You got your merchandise. You got parking. You got this. It's not just that the tour itself made money. It in a small but significant way, it helps the surrounding community, especially when you look at a place like, say, Gillette Stadium, where they have Patriot Place right there, and there's restaurants, and there's little sandwich shops, and there's bistros, and there's this. you're infusing more money into the community by doing so.
Yes, because you brought your cult to town.
Bingo! As long as you're not drinking Kool-Aid, 9,000 strong, and dying in the jungles of Guyana, who gives a shit? You left with a smile on your face. You bought an overpriced T-shirt. You watched some tittyless girl sing 13 or 25 songs, shaking that ass, though. That ass, though. And
she's all right.
I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crackers.
She got a funny face.
The teeth. It's the teeth.
She looks like a ferret.
That's where I was going with like
I think she's got or with that thing from Ice Age.
Oh shit!
John Leguizamo's character looks like him.
The sloth.
Skid the sloth. That's right. Skid.
Look, no matter. I'm going to go through the nominees for this year, and outside of one person, Taylor is the pick. And I want you to remember that this is for person of the year. We talked about the fact that a computer won in the 80s. I can't remember which year. For those of you out there who are still with us, look it up. A computer won.
Oh, it was the
person of the year.
It was the Macintosh. That was 1985.
Yep. These were your 9 finalists. The Hollywood Strikers.
Fuck them.
Exactly. Xi Jinping. The president of China.
I'm down with the writers.
I'm with the writers too. The actors can go fuck themselves.
The actors that jumped on that train and then took it over after the writers were like, "All right, we got a good deal. We're out," and they still that were just sucking it for more money. Fuck the actors, but I'm down with the writers trying to hit for a little more.
Before I move on, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you out loud, not that he's ever going to see this, to Zac Efron and everybody from A24 Studios who ignored the strike and finished the Iron Claw on time. Because on Saturday, December 23rd, me and my man Skip are going to go watch the Von Erich movie, The Iron Claw, and I'm going to relive my childhood.
That looks really good.
Oh, my God.
Dude, how fucking big did Zac Efron get? Holy shit.
I was less impressed.
Looks like him.
I was less impressed with his build in looking like Kevin Von Erich. When I watched the trailer for the first time, he has Kevin Von Erich's voice nailed. The only complaint I have about the movie, and if you guys are going to go see this movie, it opens December 22nd. Even if you don't like wrestling, this is a precautionary tale of too much too soon. Mm-hmm. The story of the Von Erichs. The guy that plays Kerry Von Erich, who was the most chiseled out of granite buff motherfucker on the planet, was played by a skinny little wretch. No, I don't buy it. They could have found any other, jacked up jackass to play Kerry Von Erich because Kerry wasn't too smart. Watch one of his promos. He was dumber than a box of shit. But yeah, that's my only complaint. Everybody in the movie that I've seen in the trailer looks exactly like their counterpart, except the guy who plays Kerry Von Erich.
I'm gonna look that up right now. All right, keep going with your other nominees.
All right, other nominees: Xi Jinping, the president of China. Not sure why he was on the list. Obviously,
he's done a lot. He's done a lot with opening China up for trade and allowing people to make money there.
Okay, no, that makes sense. T-Swizzle, obviously, on the list. Here's one that would rival Taylor Swift, although I'm not sure I like where this technology is going. Sam Altman, who is someone who they call the godfather of artificial intelligence, the way we know it now.
I mean, every technology has a dark side, and it's up to the industry to keep ahead of it. But I mean, look at it. The possibilities far beyond writing my English homework speech, and I think a lot of people are worried about haven't you heard Terminator, Skynet?
Yeah, don't get me started.
Yeah, well, I'm like, you know what I mean. Knock it off, guys. It's It could have happened already. We've got computers that do thinking and make
Right.
choices. So
next on the list, I'm not sure what this guy did other than wait for his mother to die. King Charles III.
No.
Yeah, and then his son shit on him in a book.
Yeah, but your person of the year sometimes is. I mean, it's the president. Every year there's a presidential election. Whoever the president, they're always Times Person of the Year. It's, you know what I mean?
Sometimes, yeah, you're right.
He just became the leader, figurehead.
The figurehead. He's not even the leader.
You know what I mean? He's more like he's like an emotional leader. You would have to say that no, you know what I mean? Like, it's not. He doesn't.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
He has, like, the support of the feelings of the people, and
he goes out on a balcony and 40,000 people cheer because he did this.
Because he's who he is. Yeah.
God save the king. God save the king.
I don't know. I just feel the royal family is just
I do too. I think the monarchy is just completely fucking abolished, but it's the same equivalent to every year when there's a new president and they make the time cover.
Right. Next on the list. I'm sorry. Go ahead, please, Lynch. Please.
No, I was just gonna say I understand the significance of the monarchy, and they're really they're the face of the country. With all the humanitarian efforts and
they're
like
the
that.
lead singer and
the
backup
band. And Parliament's the backup band, and the actual prime minister he's the drummer.
He's the bassist. He's just over in the corner.
He's the drummer. He can be easily replaced, just like a drummer.
So King Charles is George Clinton.
Yes,
and Parliament is Parliament.
And the prime minister is replaceable, just like
he's the band. He's the band manager. He's got the key.
What was the name of the Elvis's manager there?
Colonel Tom Parker.
Colonel. He's the colonel.
I'll buy it. Next on the list, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, which I can get behind this.
I like that.
I can get behind this for, a lot of the financial instability that we've had in the last couple years.
Look, he's had to make hard decisions, and he made them.
Yeah, exactly. And he's
kept this shit the fuck down. This sucks, people, but we got to do it.
And
exactly.
I think the decisions that he made were the correct decisions in the long run.
All right, I'm going to read up backwards the last three. I went to the bottom of the list. This one's a spite vote because, it is Time Magazine. The Trump prosecutors were nominated for Person of the Year. In reading the blurb, and I'd be remiss, you guys know I'm not a Trump fan. Former president and presumptive 2024 Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump is facing 91 felony counts in Georgia, New York, and in 2 federal districts. Now, look, we've gone over this in past episodes. The stuff in New York and Georgia, I don't buy. The federal stuff, I've heard the tapes. They just got to get him on one. That's it. That's it.
They don't have to.
And you don't have to.
One.
Just one. And he's gone. And you don't have to live this Trump delusion syndrome anymore. The orange man can't hurt you unless he can't hurt you from the White House either, but stop it. Just stop it. Fucking twats. Next on the list, I'm going to read the blurb. Vladimir Putin got another nomination. The president of Russia has presided over a grinding war with Ukraine that began when Russia invaded the neighboring country in February 2022. The U.S. has shown steadfast financial, logistical, and military support for Ukraine since the beginning of the war, which has killed hundreds of thousands of people. Yeah, no shit, because Russia's killing people.
Pinko fucking commie at the Times thought it was good to have him on the fucking list.
See, I was thinking differently. What blue-haired, non-binary, they-them cunt wrote this article?
No, that's Pinko commie right there.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't put it past a woke person to have that perspective about Vladimir Putin. They look at the Israel-Palestine thing.
And now, for the pizza resistance, which is French for you're not going to believe this shit. Rounding out this list was Barbie. Fucking Barbie. Now, I prefaced this early in the episode. There was a computer.
Okay.
But the computer changed the world. This is 2023. Now, if Barbie's on the list in 1960, whatever, when Barbie was first a thing and little girls everywhere were like, yay, Barbie. This is 2023. Stand the fuck down.
I see where they're coming from with that as a nomination. I see a couple different aspects of this. It's the renaissance of the 60s and the 50s. The bringing Barbie for the last 20 years has just sat on the shelf and collected dust. You don't see commercials targeted towards kids. Actually, you don't see any commercials targeted towards kids anymore because there's no such thing as Saturday morning television anymore.
I'll be right back. Keep going with your point.
Well, they also don't need to sell.
Right. They don't need to.
It's not a product that needs to be pushed anymore. It's just
but they're bringing it. They want to bring it back and revitalize that line because they have all these Barbies just sitting on the shelves. So the next thing you know, holy shit, Target, Walmart, Kroger's are all selling out of fucking Barbie toys, revitalizing the industry because it's all economic.
They've actually created a second version.
Yes, based upon the movie.
No, that's all just
another one.
They've actually created it's a second version of Barbie. It's a smaller version. It's a smaller version of normal Barbie, and the difference is price. It's a smaller. It's a smaller Barbie that they can sell to a demographic that maybe can't afford the $40 Barbie.
So instead of a G.I. Joe size Barbie, you're getting
something smaller.
So it's a 9-inch,
like the size of like Skipper.
Yeah, like this tall instead of this tall. So again, it all ties back to economics. It's commerce, it's merchandising. That movie revitalized the brand. I mean, I see.
So did, and there was. I mean, depending on how woke everybody on the voting panel for that is there was a very unfortunately it was a very much kind of a down with men, but a very women empowering quote unquote message, that movie. So
well, yeah, all men are dumb because that's how they're portrayed in the movie.
That's how we're portrayed a lot.
Well, yeah, true.
That's the basis. That's the basis of any decent
sitcom.
Sitcom is
you look at like Married with Children. You look at Married with Children, The Simpsons, Family Guy,
Last Man Standing,
even Family Ties.
Last Man Standing. I love Last Man Standing because
I like that show
Tim's
too.
the smartest motherfucker in the room, and if you didn't know that, he'll tell you.
Yeah, I like that.
But he's portrayed when all the women folk in his life are shitting on him. Come on now.
Oh yeah, well they make it tough on him. They do make it tough on him.
I read a review. Go ahead, please. Sorry.
I have read reviews as well. That Greta Gerwig, the director, has turned the traditional role of Barbie into this empowering figurehead that women should be inspired to be like. Okay,
great. Until the fat phobic folks come out and say, "Oh my God, why were there no fat people in Barbie?"
You can't win. It's a product you can't win with because they tried it and they did it in the 70s. You got regular Barbie, you got brown Barbie, you got Korean Barbie, you got Japanese. So you got the gamut, a rainbow of Barbies.
Barbie-san.
It's still not good enough because there's always that one exclusion that somebody's going to take offense to.
Agreed.
So they're revitalizing a brand that was from the 1980s up until yesterday. Women and people of that ilk were saying, well, it's an unrealistic portrayal of what a woman.
Oh
should look
fuck
like.
no! Stop! Fuck off! And here's what I'm going to say: if Barbie is an unrealistic view of how women should be, I got 2 words for you: He-Man.
Okay, point taken. But these same woke folks that are embracing Barbie now as an empowering figurehead seem to neglect the history that they were standing for 10 years ago.
Agreed.
They forget about that. They forget about the past and the history because to them that wasn't it. It doesn't exist. This new version, this is the version you need to pay attention to. The old version, and I've heard it. I heard it when I was a teenager. And I heard it into my 20s. That Barbie, quote unquote, is an unrealistic portrayal of what a natural woman should look like. And if you were to take Barbie, her measurements for her size to scale and make a human, she would be 8 foot tall, with size 20 feet. And tits that were 4 feet in front of her. That is accurate. Anatomically, if you built a human Barbie, she would look ridiculous.
That's my kind of girl.
That is fact and truth.
Hey, baby, where you want to go to eat? I don't know.
But fast forward to 2022, and here in the late aughts and into the early 20s of this century, we're now it's a woke thing. We're embracing women coming to power. And I haven't seen the movie yet. I will watch it exactly once just to see if the critics were right. That every man in the film is portrayed as a bumbling fucking fool who doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. There's a million different versions of Barbie in the movie.
Oh yeah.
When people, okay, guys, let's look. Speaking of history and facts, Barbie was run by a majority share of men in the 60s and 70s. The creator of Barbie, a woman, held that position until she retired, was then replaced with another woman. It's equal 50-50, men and women who ran in Mattel that had control of the Barbie property.
The dumbest thing.
Sorry. So if you're going to portray that the men who run Barbie are fucking babbling buffoons who are idiotic, it never would have gotten to the point where it is today, or was in its heyday. So if you want to paint the truth, let's just tell the truth. But because the truth doesn't exist. To forget that. It's easy to forget what these same people 20 years ago who were saying when woke was just an infant, that they're an unrealistic portrayal of a woman. Now she's the perfect woman.
Bill Maher said it best.
You can't have it both ways.
Exactly. Bill Maher said it best recently in an interview. I don't know if it was on his show, TV proper, or in his podcast. The reason you can't argue with a modern liberal is because they can't support their own point themselves.
I was in his show. That was part of his. It was part of his show and his monologue.
I watch his show religiously.
So I figured. So I figured one of you would come up with where that came from. The reason I say that is because I read a review, a personal review that I guess you could call this person a friend. I keep them at a little extra of arm's length. I mean, if I had a Go-Go Gadget arm, that's where they stay, like way over there. About, hey, I went and saw the Barbie movie. What did you think? Like, oh, everybody will love this movie unless you're a red MAGA hat wearing, meat-eating, chest-pounding male. Let me explain something. And I did on that post. Surprisingly, I never got blocked, never got deleted. Surprisingly, I say. The reason I may not ever watch Barbie, and Lynch, I'm going to make you a promise in just a minute, is because I don't give a fat fuck about Barbie. Just like when the G.I. Joe movie came out, I don't give a fat fuck about G.I. Joe. Much like a lot of those Transformer movies or the Fast and the Furious. I like what I like. And the fact that I don't watch Barbie has zero to do with how I feel as a man, a human, an American, as an ally, or any of that bullshit that people want to spew. You know why I didn't watch Barbie? Because I don't give a flying fuck about Barbie. Yeah, like it's the same reason I didn't go on the same weekend that Emma went to the movie to see Taylor Swift. I thought about going. I want to see what all the hype was, but then I thought about it. I had to sit through 2 hours of music I really don't like. No, I'm not going to go watch. Much like the people I say when they say, "Oh, what's your favorite movie?" I'm like, The Godfather. Oh my God, I don't think I could ever watch that. Well, if you ever get a chance, let me know what you think. I'm not going to push it on them. I'm not going to say, oh, what are you, some blue-haired titty twister? No, you like what you like. There's a reason Titanic made $30 bazillion, but a fantastic, wonderful, awesome film that got its legs when it came out on DVD, like The Departed, is now a cult classic.
Well, see, here's the reason I'm going to watch that movie. I want to see what all the hype was about, and it may surprise me. I may actually like some of the performances. I know what's his name was nominated for a Golden Globe along with Margot Robbie.
Oh, what's it? Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling, who I like. I like Ryan Gosling. He's a pretty decent actor. I like most things he's in. I love Margot Robbie. She's a great actress, and she's good to look at. So
Wolf of Wall Street. That's it.
You know me. You know me. I'm a movie buff.
Oh, the Tarzan movie.
Yeah.
She was in the Tarzan movie.
Tarzan movie.
She was in the Tarzan movie.
It was. I'm pretty sure it was her.
I'll have to double check. I haven't seen that, but you know me, guys. I'm a movie buff, so I'm gonna watch. I'll watch anything once, and form my own opinion about it. I just want to see if the critics, because I've read both critics on both sides of the coin, where they loved it or it's absolute trash.
I'm gonna make you a deal right here and now.
Go ahead. Make your promise to me.
When you decide,
I drank lime cucumber Gatorade and fell in love because of you motherfucker.
Because it's the best, motherfucker.
So anyway, make your promise.
When you decide you're going to watch the Barbie movie, I want you to call me. I want you to say, on this night, at this time, I'm going to fire up the Barbie movie. I will bring the Mountain Dew, and I will bring the Cheetos, and I will sit feet from you, and we, together, will watch the Barbie movie.
Yes, she is in the... Yes, it is. It's Margot Robbie. And she's wet and she's swimming. And
what's the name of
The Legend of Tarzan?
Movie?
It's the one with Simon Hunsu, Alexander Skarsgård, Samuel L. Jackson.
Nobody cares.
Christoph Waltz.
When did that come out?
2016.
Really?
Oh, it's a great movie.
I'm gonna have to look into that one.
Wolf of Wall Street.
But I watched the new Indiana Jones movie with Megan on Saturday night.
Sorry about that.
I had heard some really terrible things about it. Overall, it became my third least favorite movie of the Indiana Jones series. My number one least favorite is Temple of Doom.
Wow.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, Last Crusade, Temple of Doom's the worst. Crystal Skull, they're tied neck and neck. This one, it's pretty woke. It takes place in 1969 where we're landing on the moon and, peace, love, and la-di-da.
Earth is flat. We never landed on the moon.
I don't like the woman who played the female lead. She's in a show called Fleabag that my wife watched. And I really didn't. Just something about her I don't like. And you can tell they're trying to pass the mantle to her. She will never, ever, ever be the draw that Harrison Ford was as Indiana Jones.
So what you're saying, it's not going to work.
I liked him in the movie. I liked his performance. And it was a nice surprise at the very end to see a certain character come out. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody.
He's old and broken, and he's right up your alley.
Fuck you. Overall, it was great until the last 10 minutes. Then it went Crystal Skull on me, and I just, it killed me. It killed me. But anyway,
Harm, lift it up. I gotta cheers you for that one. Here you go, my man. No, reach over. The other way, dumbass. There we go.
Clink.
Clink. There we go.
Clink.
And one for you. And one for you.
I watch it because I saw the plot. I heard good reviews. I read bad reviews. I'll watch anything at least once. Hey, he's wearing the T-shirt again. I'll watch anything at least once to form my own opinion. I'll probably watch it again to see if my opinion changes, because the first time I miss stuff. I always watch a movie a couple times before I form my final opinion on it. But, say la vie, whatever. I'll watch anything once. But the Barbie movie, I get that what they were trying to do and revitalize the brand. out of those list of nominees, I would have bought the president of China on the cover more than Taylor Swift.
I may have gone Sam Altman.
Sam Altman is another one. I mean, AI for what it is, yes, those crazy people who think it's going to take over the world. There is very, very big potential for big bad things when coming with AI.
If you allow it.
If you allow it. AI has come so far in the last, I'll say 15 years that it's scary how fast that technology has evolved. From your first use of AI, the first consumer use of AI, if you guys remember, was the Xbox 360 with the Kinect, where it mimicked your moves. That's AI. That's interpolation and interpretation of movement based on a little shitty camera and a flat piece of plastic sitting on top of your TV.
There's nothing worse than watching Lynch's House and you're watching a documentary and you move to get up and you're lying on the couch and you're like, oh shit, I need a snack, I need a beer, I need something. And the TV picks up your movement. You look like one of those paranormal EVP cameras.
Yeah.
And you watch yourself walk across the room. You're like, shit. Oh, wait, it's just me.
But go back to the movie Minority Report from 2002 with Tom Cruise. One of my favorite Tom Cruise movies. One of my favorite Spielberg movies. All that shit he was doing with his hands and moving stuff in the air. We were doing it a couple of years later with the Xbox. Fast forward to what we're doing with virtual reality through Meta's virtual reality goggles. Virtual reality with an AI with Tesla and all the other self-driving cars. Love it or hate it.
Self-crashing cars wrong.
Yeah. They're not self-driving. They're self-crashing if you abuse it. But like it or not, people, we the three of us, I declare our generation the best generation when it comes to technological advances from anyone born in the 70s.
Oh yeah.
From the 70s, anyone born from like 70 to 90, that 20-year gap, we are the best generation on the planet because we have seen so much.
Oh yeah.
In a short period of time. Technologically, it's fucking scary. And it's scary how quickly technology becomes obsolete. My phone is going to be obsolete next year.
Oh yeah.
I'm on the iPhone 15. It's going to be obsolete.
Well, that's because the company you choose to do business with builds that into their shit.
Pretty much.
If you buy an Android phone, you get what you do get is the actual the 2.5 year lifespan because there's a mathematical equation, and basically technology doubles in performance and cuts itself, and then that amount is cut in half by cost.
I wrote an iPhone 6 for 7 years. You're talking to the wrong guy.
Well, if you watch the way that computers happen, they grew exponentially and the prices went down. Think about what you were paying for in 1998 for a home computer and what you got and that money versus what you can get now for just $1,000.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you exactly what I paid in 1998 for a PC from Gateway. Had a 2.1 gigabyte hard drive that I thought was the biggest thing on the fucking world. A 19-inch, whatever Gateway used as a monitor. I want to say it was like a Sony tube, a floppy disk, a CD-ROM, a modem, keyboard and mouse, all out $1,900.
And 4 years later, I had a laptop that would do all the same shit.
Dude, your phone, this thing you carry in your pocket every day, is more powerful than 10,000 computers that put man on the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Take that into consideration. The computer that put the man on the moon
had about as much processing power as a standard digital calculator.
Exactly. Yeah. It only had to decipher zeros and ones and figure out trajectories and speed.
Now I'll throw this out here to you guys.
And it was as big. It was the biggest part of the fucking ship.
It was as big as your house.
Now we can power. How many of those Apollo with this one little brick that's about the size of a pack of cigarettes? Fuck me, man.
For those of us that are men of a certain age, I had this argument with my daughter and my niece when they were down here in October. And we came back from Six Flags. I'm like, go upstairs, go in my room, set everything up. The cable's there, the Roku's there, everything's there, all the streaming is there. Find a good movie to watch. 20 minutes, I took a shower, I got dressed, I walk in, and they're like, there's nothing on. I'm like, bitch, you don't know what nothing on means. We grew up with 3, maybe 4 channels. And if the president was on, your night was over. Now you go into the 80s, and cable is hitting everything. Cable was bubbling in the 70s. HBO was a thing. You know, cable TV was bubbling, but not everybody had it. Now in the 80s, everybody's got cable. And you have, 36 to 40 channels? Okay, now you have access as a person of Emma's age at 15, where we were at 15 with 40 to 45 channels. She's got millions of options at her fingertips. Don't tell me you can't find something on television.
So here, another thing to put into perspective: televisions, and this is the life cycle of every television. Yep. 2001, I bought a 32-inch tube TV from Bernie's TV in Waterford. I paid $1,500 for that tube TV in like 2001, 2002.
It weighed 9,000 pounds.
And I thought that was the best TV ever in the world. Then come around 2003, 2004 with flat screens and plasmas.
But they some of them still had the tube in the back.
Those were the projection ones.
Yes.
I
had one of those.
Flat panel plasmas, $3,000 a whack for a 42-inch screen. $3,000. My friend Rob bought one at Best Buy. Financed it. He got the 50-inch. He got the big one. Took up his whole fucking living room because the house was so narrow. You were sitting right here on the TV. I have a 42-inch television right here hanging behind my computer. I got a 65-inch television over there. I got a 32-inch television on the floor over here. I got an 85-inch television downstairs over my living room fireplace.
All of it currently playing Pornhub.
Those TVs combined cost what he paid for that 150-inch plasma in 2004. We live in a day and age now, especially with electronics, where everything's consumable. Just throw it away. I found it here. I posted it on Facebook. I found a TV at the dump. The lady was taking it out of the back of her car. It looked brand new. It still had the plastic strips down the bezel on the sides. I said, "What's wrong with the TV?" You know, it turns on, then it does stops the picture. And I looked at the model. I said, "That's an easy fix. I can fix that for you. Well, if you want it, just take it." Huh? Okay. She was going to put it in the put and take pile, where it's not quite garbage. It's not quite garbage, but it's, so maybe somebody can take it for guts. So I take it home because I knew by looking at the internet, because I'm a fucking dork.
Yeah.
I knew it was an easy fix. I got it to work in 5 minutes by bridging two legs on an IC chip. I got a picture. Beautiful 4K picture. TCL TV, 42-inch smart TV, 4K. $228 at Walmart. I ordered the guts for it. $15 for the new board that I needed. So for $15 plus shipping, I got a 42-inch 4K TCL TV. I hung it in the bedroom, retired the old Sanyo that was, or whatever it was, a Best Buy TV. Not the Insignia, but another Best Buy special that we bought when we moved here in 2015. That's going to go up in the guest room. So now she's got 4K in the bed. We've got 4K in the bedroom. Disposable. People just throw shit away. We used to fix stuff, but we don't do that anymore.
We did.
We used to fix things. Remember when
they changed the game?
The game changed because they built in obsolescence into the flat panel TVs, and
they built consumer merchandise,
consumer level, consumer quality.
It's all consumer quality. The difference is parts are fucking expensive, man. Have you ever priced what it costs to actually take that TV to somebody and get it fixed? It's cheaper to just go buy a fucking TV.
I did it myself for $15.
But that's you, Lynch. That's you. You did it yourself. Not everybody knows how to do it themselves. And when you take it to somebody, it costs an arm and a leg.
But that's my point, Herm. We've become so reliant. We were reliant on those repair guys who back in the day, and when Paul's TV and Cohanzi's TV was around.
But they didn't have to rape you.
Right. Because they fixed it at a reasonable price. There is absolutely no reason now, with the way technology is now, why television repair shops could be a thing again. Because the parts are abundant. And because people rape a TV with a broken screen, they're going to throw out and take the guts. They're going to take the logic board and the power supply out and the Wi-Fi receiver out, and they're going to put it in a pile of parts. That's how I got mine for $15. Brand new, it's $32. So for a $32 investment, I have a brand new TV. I get what you're saying. People don't do that. They don't take that extra step to fix their own shit. The fucking laptop I'm using right now is an old laptop that I jammed a new hard drive in and gave it a little bit faster memory. And it's working okay. It's not what I want. What I want is one of those little computers that's the size of two packs of cigarettes for $350 that outperform anything you buy for $1,000. That's what I'm going to buy for myself for Christmas.
Get off my lawn!
Fuck you.
Yes, sir. All right. I'm watching the clock tick down. Just want to let you guys know, next week, right here, confirmed, ready to go. It is the Kiss End of the Road episode. Tommy Summers will be here.
It's the end of the road.
I was hoping they would play
and
that.
I can't let
you go. Tommy Summers from Three Sides of the Coin returns to the show, and for the first time, my buddy from Atlanta, Georgia, from Podcast Rock City, it will be Joe Polo, and they were both at the show. They're both gonna have, hits and misses, ups and downs, and what they think the future of their shows are going to be. What does a Kiss podcast do when there's no longer a Kiss? We'll find out. Tomorrow night on the Speedway Review, we have Arkham Menard Series driver Caleb Costner. He's done part-time on the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. He's done a little bit of F-150 racing for the Rion Brothers Racing Series, and we're going to have some fun with that. In the next couple weeks, I have to let you guys know on the Speedway Review, coming up, Championship 4 driver Grant Enfinger. We also have the return of Christian Eckes. And in January, it's the Ice Cream Man stopping when he's passing by. That's all we're going to say. For Lynch, who's doing his best dancing routine. For Big Herm, my name is Chris Burns. Congratulations, Taylor Swift, 2023 Person of the Year. And for fuck's sake, can we pick somebody of substance next year?
Please, pick somebody better. Do better, people.
Good night, guys.
Jesus. Right.
Sleep soundly in your beds tonight. Judgment falls upon you at first light. I'm the hand of God. I'm the dark Messiah. I'm the vengeful bird. In the blackest moments of a dying world, what have you become?
I would lick Taylor's swizzle sideways every day for the rest of my life, just if she decided not to sing ever again.
Whoa.